Okay, so what have I got for you today? Well, yesterday played out amazingly. I've cleared off all the lines except for the sell level, which was up here at the 96,000 mark. You can see there we hit the range detection bot highs on the 30-minute and obviously on the execution chart, and then we just tanked. And we ended up doing 9,000 points in total, so that's probably the biggest trade this year, I think, off the top of my head. So what am I looking for today? Well, I've had to readjust the charts. We've had to look at the look-back period, going right back now to November, to look at the levels that we've got in place to see where potentially we might actually get a strong support level, which is looking around about the 88,000 mark. So if you come back to here, that's basically where we're at. Now we have some key levels here below us. We really need these to hold, because if not, we're going even lower, which is back to the 77,000 mark. So this is very bearish at the moment. So what we just need to do is just play the charts. We basically play what we're given, and obviously yesterday it was a shorting scenario. And basically, let's have a look on the execution chart now. So obviously this execution chart, and I'm just going to make sure this is all reloaded and recalculated. So basically these are the good levels at the moment, and we're just going to play them out and see how they go. So obviously if we're trending down, and if we just look at yesterday, and obviously you can see there in the morning what we've had this morning. We've had a really good sell-off there. So obviously that's amounted to 1,700. If you look at yesterday, obviously we did pull back, as in go back up a little bit, not particularly strong from the sell-off yesterday. So pretty much we sold off all day yesterday. The trend candles were in red, and literally we didn't even get to the tops of the range bot. So basically, obviously our trade starts from the top of the range bot, of which we got here. And if you look, this is the key trade that I entered. We have the signal there, and obviously the buy signal is there. So that amount to 3,900 points wise. So it's not a bad trade. So obviously coming down, obviously, oh, 2 secs. I won't be a sec. Just accidentally pressed the wrong button there. So obviously coming down, you can see that we just didn't hit these tops that much. Obviously they're very weak there. We turned, we got a signal going up, and that did give us a signal to 1,500. Now I'm just going to look at here, just in particular. I just want to look at the retracement levels, and we just going to have a quick look at this just to see how weak we are. So obviously that's the top level down to there. We are coming back up to the 30% mark. You can see that there. So obviously we consolidated at the 50% mark, and then that was a balance point for lower, and that obviously played out to the low side. So we haven't really heavily consolidated here yet, so just bear that in mind. We really need to see some more consolidation before we get a level that potentially is going to hold. So basically coming into today, I just want to look at those levels again to give scenarios. So the first scenario is obviously we just continue our sell-off down to go lower. We have got aggressive buying on the 30-minute candle, but we've also had aggressive selling. So basically it's pretty equal. So that's one point to note. So we haven't really turned. I mean, if I'm shorting, realistically, I do want to be shorting from the higher range bot highs. So it's just a point to note. If I'm going long, I really want to see a higher low. So I want to be playing cautious longs here. I don't want to be just jumping in. So you see there we have a cautious long. We don't just go long here, we go long here. So the bot works out how to be cautious as well. So, and I won't be sick because it's just gone a bit slow. So that's 1,700 still. So end of the day, it's just a point to note. And we do get a sell-off there. So we do get a 650 sell-off as a trade there. So let's just have a look at the execution chart with the multiple overlays, i.e. the high time frame and the low time frame overlays. Let's just zoom it out a little bit just to see the bigger picture, what's happening here. So we've got the scenario where I've said let's take it short from my range bot high and just join the party. So it's something to note. Now, I'm just going to remap these anchored VWAPs. So I'm going to remap an anchored VWAP. 2 secs. That's the anchored VWAP there. So if we come down and hold this level here off the anchored VWAP low, and I'll just note it on the chart so you can see it. And that is at the 88,000 mark, 88,400. Come down into the open, hold this and pop, and we get a range bot. I'd be looking to go potentially long, but again, I'm going to be tight with my stops. I'm going to be in the range bot stops, and I'm going to be basically looking at getting out if it doesn't go my way pretty quickly. Now, just looking at the anchored VWAP the other way, obviously you can see there's been significant volume. I'm just going to anchor it from up here. He says, just don't know which one it is. Right, okay, in fact, actually, what I'm just going to do, just hide those so then we can just work out. Been very, very busy today. Hide. Hide. Right, so we just want the one on, and it should be the peak one. And I'm actually going to mark it in red because then it's just a little bit easy to ascertain as to what it is. Right, I'm going to re-anchor that, and that particular one, just going to take the ID down so I know which one it is. Right. Won't be a sec. Just got disturbed by a message. Right, so that is ID 28. So that's the one I actually want to re-anchor. ID 28. There we go. Re-anchored that. Right, spot on. There we go. Right, so we are above that re-anchor. So literally, just bear that in mind. We could actually end up going up. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll play the charts. And that's what I've got for you today, folks, on BTC. So remember what I always say. Safe trading.